Okay. All right. I love you.
Do you need me to come home?
I'm logging on to the Zoom meeting. I don't know.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, I'm dark.
In so many ways.
I will be 2 seconds. My dogs ran off somewhere into the woods. I'm trying to get them back in. So hold that thought.
Which one?
That one.
Well,
Hey,
All
Peggy.
right. You mentioned the dog, so I'm going to
Hey,
drink my
everybody.
protein.
I totally want to try this. They're
Did you guys see James Rice's challenge with AC/DC's Thunderstruck? If you
No.
haven't, if you haven't seen it, it's on his Instagram story. But I know, Peggy, I know you're not on it, so I'll send it to you.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah, but
thank you.
basically, every time AC/DC sings Thunder, you drop and do whatever you want to do. We've been doing burpees, but you could do squats or bicep curls, whatever you want to do. It's kind of fun. I'll send it to you, Peggy. I forgot you're not online, so
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
you bet.
Yeah. So are you going to Venice?
I am. I am, but I have to fly on Monday, so I'll be there for the event on Tuesday, and then for 2 hours on Wednesday, and then back to reality. So I'm gonna run out there real quick because I'm not going to Thal. If I was going to Austria, I wouldn't do it, but I can't be there, so I'll do that.
Wish I could.
well,
Hi, Jeanette.
I'll go to one later this year. I have to come up with the finances, so that's why it takes me longer.
Yeah.
I don't know where my dogs are. They're somewhere in the acreages of woods around the house. Probably ran off on a deer. So
Picking
they're
up ticks.
to get themselves into this mess. They better be dumb enough to get themselves back.
Nick,
I'm
is
not
that
worried about Hank. He's 75 pounds and got really big teeth. But Bruno's, bless his heart, not as smart. And a little 50-pound, 60-pound boxer bully mix. So anyway, now it seems we've got a bunch of people in here.
Nick? Is that your protein drink there?
No, that's a Dr. Pepper from KFC.
You know, we have a drinking game we play during your calls. You know that, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, but we only drink protein drinks. It's not.
Well, then you're doing it wrong. I got a bottle of whiskey on the fridge. You should have seen me in the UK.
Double fisting left, right, and center. He was.
Yeah, you told that story.
Listen, to be fair, I wasn't supposed to be on that. I didn't know I was on that panel.
Yeah, he forced me to drink whiskey after I PR'd.
Uh-huh. Oh, I forced you.
Yeah.
We were richer for your presence.
I like to have a good time. And I never get to drink because I'm always competing or something. So when I do, buckle up.
No, amen to that.
All right. Yes. Share. I think I forgot to oh, that's fine. I think I forgot to delete some of, I think I missed a few of the old ones because you know how me and technology get along.
This is not gonna be like last week, right?
No,
No,
I'm good. I
it's
got
better.
everything sitting here ready to go.
Okay.
We've got whole new shenanigans lined up. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we have been
Oh,
ready
do I
to
hear
roll with
dogs?
his commentary.
And here we see the strong man. Notice how he is baffled by the blinking lights on his laptop.
I love it. Sir Benjamin Riley narrating.
What happened?
If only. I was being a shit. Don't worry about it.
I'm here for it.
Ben Attenborough.
Sir Benjamin Attenborough, yeah.
Benjamin
Uh,
Button.
High praise indeed.
Yes.
I'm just waiting for it to load, as you can see. Me and my.
They're in alphabetical order.
It appears that way.
Then ask Nate to sort it in another way. It'll drive him nuts.
I don't think we have 88 because this looks familiar from the one I did. I think it's. I think we only have 50 something because there was 32 in the ones that in the people that had to resubmit. But Ben will actually be able to verify for me when we get to his because I'm pretty sure it's your same squat video. That I forgot to. One of them is.
Yes, I did upload a new one for you, but we will see.
So I think that one's old.
That one's new.
Andres,
That's new.
yes. Well, because it went by alphabet, it's not going by date. This is good. These are good top quarter squats.
Running out of
See how
ideas.
you see how what I want you to notice here is when you come down,
Mhm.
watch how you hinge down into your catches instead of continuing to sit down. So you'll sit, and then the last little bit, you hinge down into it.
Oh, okay.
I need you to keep sitting. Hold on. I think I hear a dog at the door.
Excellent. The dog tax must be paid.
Brother, come here. Both of you, go. Here.
Ben, you need to go and get Chip and have Chip call.
You guys are in trouble. Come here.
I'm upstairs. She's not allowed upstairs. She knows better.
Hey, zoom me up.
Chip not allowed upstairs?
No, the beds are up here. She's
That's
terrible. She gets fluff all over
discrimination.
them. It is.
Flats. Bruno, place.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's just good hygiene.
I don't know if
Yeah,
y'all
they
can
said-
see,
what was it,
bedroom either.
Good
but I got
hygiene.
my cat.
The
Good
idiots came back.
hygiene. No.
We're talking about the dogs.
Yes, definitely the dogs.
I
Bruno.
didn't say
My
anything.
cat Matthew says hi.
I think Ben just called everyone in here idiots. I want that to be known.
See,
I'm
Andre, it's
safe
not
for
just
the
me.
distance.
It's our
No,
our
but you
good
were
guys
more
having his villain
direct.
Andres, you good on that?
Yeah, so like
Keep sitting. Yes.
yeah.
Diving into that bar. Yes, there will be a point where your hips have to come back so the hinge happens, but
Mhm.
not that it shouldn't happen that soon.
Okay.
I don't want
So-
you to think about it like let the stopping point of those catches happen to you. Don't look for them.
Okay. Gotcha.
Cool.
Mhm.
April, this is new, right?
Yeah.
This is a new workout outfit. No stripes, no.
I'm trying for as hard as I can, Nick. Wait till I do a naked one. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh boy.
Would never put anyone through that, including me. Look, I'm getting lower.
Some very slight. All right, that's enough. Hey, Bruno, he'll drink a whole bowl of water and pee in 20 minutes.
Bruno,
Same.
attack, Bruno.
So you had a couple where you slightly drift forward at the bottom.
Yep.
But it's hey,
Bruno, shut up. I also added a little bit of weight, and so I was going
Yeah.
to ask if that's okay to go a tiny bit forward, and I won't add any more weight until maybe I secure
Yeah,
that a little better.
until you start. I mean, I can see you actively driving back into the bar. So that's the main thing. It's like it happens there, but then you fight it back.
Yep.
So that's a good sign.
Okay, good.
So I'm not. The thing is, you see it, you know how to fix it. I can see you actively fighting against it. So I just need to let you cook for a week or two and keep submitting checks.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're in unfamiliar weight territory. So these are all good things. We had a little bit of compromise. The form, your overall technique is sound. This is a fine-tuned cue. So it's okay.
Yeah, I did a before and after video at home to look, and it's night and day. So I'll submit that sometime so you can see it's dramatic. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am. You're doing great. The fact that we're working on such a fine-tune, and we're talking the matter of like a half inch in bar path. And something like that on a squat drift is usually much bigger.
Okay.
So you're working on a very high level bar path now, which is a really good place to be.
I love it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. These look great. I'd go over under Aurora.
I don't know. Camera on.
So
Okay.
you're a little out front. So I think we can get more leg drive out of you. Are these conventional deadlifts or are these like RDLs or stiff leg?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me? Okay. So no, I was just trying to do the release the grip like you asked me to last time, but I noticed that for some reason I've kept my hips higher this time, and I didn't mean to do that. For some reason, I just did it every time I don't know. I can't focus on two things at once, I guess.
They're
I'm trying
just
to
a
work
little, you don't
on it.
have to release the grip. I just didn't want you touching and going.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So but it's good. You still accomplished the intended goal. You just did a little too much with releasing. You didn't have to release. So I'd say go over under, because double overhand, you will eventually hit a point where your grip severely limits you. Everyone does with double overhand, because the bar tries to spin. So that dead stop in between was all I wanted, and you did that. You just don't have to let go of the bar. So we're going to drop your hips slightly, and I want you to actively drive your knees outward as you stand up.
Okay. Okay.
Overall, you have a good hinge pattern. This is a good, nice neutral back. Are your feet like inside or at shoulder width, or where? I can't really tell from this angle. Where are your feet kind of
They're
set
right
up?
under my hips.
Okay, good. So
I'm bad at
stuff,
filming. I
and
don't know how to film.
it's common. I can see the knees dipping in. Just actively drive them out.
Okay. I
All
will
right.
do.
Your
I
deadlifts
will
look
do.
good.
Two things. Drop my hips, knees out.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I say drop your hips, it's like an inch. Because if we come too low, then they'll try and shoot up.
Okay.
So we're finding
All right.
that sweet spot. It's going to be some tinkering, but that's how this goes. Well done.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I think this is a repeat, unless Bart's in here and can tell me otherwise. Those look familiar from
Looks
last week.
looks the same from last
Yeah,
week.
it's the same videos. I forgot to delete some stuff. So, Ben,
Hey,
is this the same one?
This is new. This was only a few days ago.
Okay.
I date mine.
Thank you, sir. The 4th.
So the 7th. But, we do the dates differently here,
Oh.
just to be contrary,
Military. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. As long as we understand each other, it's fine.
Look at that tempo.
As you
Yes.
said.
All right,
That
Ben,
was tough.
what do you notice? What
So
stands
I
out?
don't think I'm not getting any better on the depth, is what I thought.
No, but
Despite
there's something that's happening that prevents your hips from going lower.
the trouble is I've got a bit of lag, so I'm not watching at the same pace
I
you are.
want you to watch
Uh,
the end of the barbell and its path.
oh, is it drifting forwards on me again? Yes.
Yes, but you have a lot of deviation. So
Hmm.
what that means is typically the result from this is the sensation of I'm getting lower. And yes, the bar is technically getting lower, but our
Yes.
seat is not getting lower once that starts to happen because it puts it too far forward. It gets our hips out of the part where they can do their job and give power. So we go bit and then we go, and if the bar's here and these are our hips, we're creating more leverage and we're making the weight essentially feel heavier because we're getting further out
Feel
of our
heavier.
line of power. So,
Okay, so
it could be a few things. It could be hip mobility that's forcing you to fold. It could be, I don't think it's core because I don't actually see you. Yeah, this all stays rigid. I don't think it's core. I think it's a mobility. Look, that bar is almost over our knees. When typically we want it kind of just behind our knee, so it's over that center foot line. But
yes.
I might throw some hip mobility stuff at you, big dog.
No, please, I need it. Thank you.
One staple I like to go to is it's very low level and it's a lot of bang for buck is the hip 90-90 flows.
Ah, yes, I've heard of those. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's 8 million videos of them being done on YouTube.
No, I'm sure I've watched at least one, so
Yeah.
I shall watch another when I do
90-90
that.
flows are a really, really good one. I also, do you know what child's pose is?
Yes,
Where
yes, I
you
do know
sit
that
on your
one.
knees, you spread them out, and then you push back into your hips
Yes,
with your face down, ass up. You know, that's the only way I know how to say it.
like public school.
Yeah, push. I want you to start implementing that and get those nice adductors, all of it.
Right.
So I think along with that, some slight heel elevation.
Right.
Because your posture, you did great with this tempo. And typically when we throw in tempo like that and you struggle for longer, the weaknesses come out a little louder.
Mhm.
Because it's just a long time under load. So the fact that you don't have anything incredibly detrimental, I think it's just for you, I think it's mainly hip mobility, which the good thing is can be fixed. It's just not a cue. You have to actively work for better hip mobility. I do it. Every athlete I know does it.
Yes.
Because we're in a constant battle of being too tight and trying to be somewhat mobile. So let's start opening up those hips a little bit with some 90-90 flows. Even some pigeon stretch would probably benefit you. That would give you a contrast, get that glute, the outer side, get some rotational in there. Yeah, we'll start there and also elevate your heels on your next squat session.
Okay. I do have like some lift things I can use.
Perfect. But
I will do
overall,
this.
man,
Thank you.
your squat is still pretty good. It's just a fine-tuned thing on bar path and getting your hips and getting you over your power a little bit better. And mobility does that. This is a completely normal issue.
No, that's grand. I do like being
It's
normal. I
probably
could easily add that in.
on squat the most common outside of not squatting deep enough.
I will take common. That will do. Because
So
common is easily
I don't want
fixed.
you to get in your own head. It's because you're big or you're losing weight, so you're getting weaker. This has nothing to do with that. This is just you got tight hips.
No,
Easy
good.
peasy lemon
Fair enough.
squeezy.
Absolutely. I can
It's
add
not.
all those things
I
into
hate
my
hip
walk up.
stretches. I find them so uncomfortable.
Well, that which is uncomfortable is what makes us grow, I suppose, eh?
And feel free to also send in, like, if you have questions on those movements, the hip mobility movements, feel free to send those too.
Very well. I will do. I will do. I shall add those in.
My
I'm
man.
fortunate to personally know a yoga instructor, so I'm sure she'll be delighted to help me.
Oh, dude, use that resource.
I'm thinking I shall message her as soon as we're off the call.
Love that. She might have even more tools in her arsenal.
There you go. And this is just yesterday. I'm never sure about these.
That's beautiful. It
Oh,
doesn't
good.
get any stricter
Oh,
than that, big boy.
very good. I was a bit worried. I thought, am I overloading? Am I rushing? I don't know.
No, you've heard me say this many times. There's variations of bent over rows. This is a strict Pendlay row. It's arguably the hardest variation. So good on you.
Thank you. That's very good to hear. I appreciate it.
You
I'll
got a
keep going then.
strong
I'll
back.
add more. Yes, I must have. That's 85 kilos on there. That's somewhere in the region of 190 pounds,
He's
I
rowing
think. So
most
I
of
shall
you in
keep
here,
going.
just so you know.
Well, you know, hauling my carcass up into trains for a few years has given me some strong upper back, I suppose.
Don't make our gentle vet angry, because he's rowing most humans.
That's a good way to think of it, isn't it?
Is
So
this the
that
repeat?
would be an old one.
Yeah.
That is an old one, yes.
Benoit. Turn that hip in. Yes. Benoit, these look much better. I don't see you loading that rear foot nearly as much. I like how that offloaded hip is turned forward, so it's actually straight. For those of you that haven't heard me coach this movement before, a lot of people keep that back foot hip loose. What happens is when you push back into the RDL, it actually opens up. You want to keep driving it actively forward, and you'll feel the stretch in the RDL happen much sooner. Benoit, these are great.
All right, thank you.
Is this a repeat or is this a new one?
I think it's a repeat.
Yeah. I'm so glad most of the people are here. This is a repeat because I remember the socks.
Yeah, did you checked it? Like that was one that didn't work last time.
Yeah, if it was in there,
That's one I resubmitted.
yeah, we did. I did a second video the following Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, we went over this because remember we were talking about letting a little bit too much slack into that lumbar.
Okay.
I went over this because in that video I talked about you're letting a little bit loose in that lumbar region than you normally do.
Okay. And where is the that video?
It should
Is it
be
in
on
the
YouTube. I think he posted the link on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay,
Tuesday's article should have the link.
I'll have to look again.
Okay.
'Cause
But in a nutshell,
I only saw the thing.
this is a quick one, so don't worry. So in a nutshell, basically your setup right here, you're a little loose. You never pulled in tension into your lumbar. So
Okay.
you got hips in a good position. Everything's in a good position. Just remember, belly button to the floor, tailbone to the sky, create neutral spine in the lumbar.
Mhm.
I don't care if thoracic is rounded. Not nearly as much. A lot of people are more leverage advantageous with a thoracic rounded, but we have more meat up there. So it can do that. It's this we don't want to cave.
Yeah. I know. I like that. That was the that was the fourth step, and it was difficult to push the air in the bottom of the stomach compared to the first set. So
Get used to it. Squeeze, get used to it and squeeze. So like same here. It's not even a matter of the air. You didn't set the position. So look when you set up. That's better. But you stayed in flexion when you set. You never set into position.
Okay.
So we just need to re-emphasize stacking that lower back, belly button to the floor, tailbone to the sky. Because we know you can do it. We've seen you do it. It's just getting some more tension again. That's fine. This is how this goes, man. We fix one thing, then we start working on another. We fix that, and then the one thing
Oh yeah, I've done goblet squat yesterday, and I filmed myself, and I saw that I wasn't going deep enough. While last week I was okay, so that's the reason why I filmed.
Those are good. Great depth.
Is there a reason why my knees are going inward when I go up?
Because that's when our adductors and everything internally activate. Our glutes, our hamstrings, and our quads are doing the main stuff on the down because they're opening. So as we're driving, our hips try to contract. So all the internal muscles, the abductors, hip flexors, everything's working a little harder in there. So they do this. But you're not breaking past your neutral. So that's totally fine.
All right. Thank you, Coach Nick.
Of course, always. Snatch grip RDLs, almost snatch grip RDLs. It's kind of a mix-up between two movements. It looks good. I can't see from the front because I can't see the hinge. This would be a snatch grip, and you're pretty wide. You see those knees caving. From the front, it looked fine, but I can't see the actual hinge happening. So I can't. Those, Blake, in the future, if you could film those from the side, if that's an RDL, we don't need to go snatch grip. And we want our feet in our traditional deadlift stance. And I hope you don't deadlift that wide because you are outside your hips. So let's narrow it up and get more in a deadlift position. And let me see it from the side so I can actually see the hinge and what your hinge pattern looks like. Going to be the same request here, but I can get a little more information from the front on a squat as well than I can on a hinge pattern. Okay. We're shallow. We're really high. We need to get you sitting down. I'm okay with this width. We could even potentially come in slightly narrower. Like, I mean, from here to here. I want to see that from the side because you're high. I want to see how you're stacking your body. That's a hard angle to coach from. Beautiful. So he's coming down to a depth where his wrists stay stacked over his elbows. So we're staying in our power line, full range of motion, driving back up towards his face. Yeah, good fight. Beautiful. Keep on keeping on, Brighton. I believe this is a repeat if Mindy's here. Can't remember. Yep, because he kept dropping his chin. Don't look down. Repeat, I remember these.
You can look at the date too on the
Yeah, I just distinctly remember these. I don't know if I remember this. Yeah, I do. I got those. Do I remember? Yep. All right. Stiff legs. Good. So, basically, stiff leg, I know it doesn't look like much range of motion. It's because it's not. So, with it being, he has what's called soft knees, which is correct on a stiff leg deadlift. We don't want locked knees. Stiff legs and RDLs. RDLs have the slight bend in the knee. RDLs can get bigger range of motion because your hamstrings aren't as elongated when you hinge over. Whereas stiff leg deadlift, you have much more hamstring elongation. So as the pull, the stretch happens sooner. So his stiff leg deadlift, that's about the range of motion I have. I'm not too mobile there. So this is totally fine. He's staying in a range of motion. If I remember his last submission correctly, we shortened his range of motion because when you get to the point where your lower back starts to round, you've now surpassed your range of motion for the hinge because you're no longer hinging, you're starting flexing. So we don't want to break in that lumbar, especially on an RDL or stiff leg deadlift. So Donald did these well. I would just gradually push for more ROM slightly week over week. Stretch those hamstrings, stretch the glutes. That's how you get more range of motion out of it. Mobility work. Good. You're coming almost out front, Elizabeth. You just need to return to dead. So dead 0 would be straight down from your shoulders. That'd be somewhere in here. So, which means if you're doing that, you can go much heavier on rows. Because with a heavy row, you won't be able to extend out in front of you like that. Gravity will bring you back down to here. Your bar path from that position, though, is fantastic. How you're stacking your body looks great. I think you need to load some weight up on them things, girl. Hip raises, hip thrusts. Yep. Good. I want you to squeeze for a little bit more extension. I know it's hard, but I really want you to, I'd bring your feet in slightly closer to right about here because this is what I call soft extension. And when it's lighter like this with volume, the first 80% of your reps, you should have all the way through extension for big glute contraction. As you get tired out, this is kind of what it'll more to look like. So we can get a little bit more extension out of that. But overall, pretty good. Different angle.
I was just trying to give you a different view there.
Okay.
I wasn't sure which one was better.
Both are fine. Same
Okay.
deduction. Yep.
Do you want my feet out a little further?
I'd bring them in closer.
Closer to my rear end or closer to each other?
Closer to your rear end.
Okay.
Slightly, like an inch.
To activate.
So,
Okay.
because I want you to get more extension in.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We're a touch high, Hannah. Brilliant form. Just a touch high. Knee, hip. Slightly lower. She flew through those. Hannah, your squat's strong as fuck, but we need to get you down to depth. I think if we do a couple weeks of tempo eccentric with a pause in the hole, get you that muscle memory. So when you put back in the power like you did here, that depth is muscle memory. It's like a 3-count eccentric. Let's slow you down slightly. 2-count pause in the hole. Fire up. Repeat. Good, Ian.
I've given you a question on this, Nick, because the second last rep, the bar kind of gets behind me, and I can't work out why. So I have to scoot back. So you'll see it here. Oh, no, sorry, maybe next one. Or the next one. Yeah, so it's just I knew it was too far back, so I had to get back under the bar, and I don't know what I did wrong to get out of position.
This rep, that rep was your best rep. So I think you gradually worked back. So if we look here, look how far out front you are.
Yeah.
So when we look here, you're much more over behind that kneecap with the bar path.
Okay.
Actually, it was your body putting yourself in bar path over time. And then it just went a little too far and you set back and you had to reset. And then you got out front again slightly.
Right, okay.
So
So
that
am I
rep,
not
right
in the right
before you
place?
adjusted was mint. That's where you want to be in reality.
So it was only on that one where it had moved behind me that I realized something had gone wrong. So I wasn't feeling any difference when I was doing them. So I don't know if there's
You can see it inch back as it lands.
okay.
That's okay. It's just the duality of pin squats. Don't overthink that.
Okay.
You had to move back because you drifted back over time because you started a little bit out front. Then you ended up much more in line. And then you went too far because the bar was just drifting back out on the bottom of each pin squat. And my bar rolls that way on my pins. So like I've got to really like fight the bar forward because I have the same battle.
Right, okay. And is the depth okay on those, or do I need to start?
Yeah,
to
your
drop that down?
depth non-issue.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks, Nick.
Yes, sir. Repeat. Repeat. Good, Jeanette. Took your time on that one a little more.
Someone at my gym showed me how to do it, so I was able to do it.
Good. Well, that's what the hell I've been trying to do.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes it takes me like someone in person to show me
I
too.
totally
So
understand that. No worries. Good job. That looked good. That might have been your best deadlift.
that
look-
was
yeah.
210.
Moving fast.
2 weeks I couldn't do it at all, so yeah.
Yeah. All right. Goblet squats. More squat, less fold. Try and keep your chest, try and keep your upper body more vertical. If that makes sense.
What do you mean by that?
So, like, you want to be more upright in your upper body. So, you're starting your goblet squat by doing this. I want you to start
Okay.
your goblet squat by just sitting down.
Okay.
Good. Yep. Nice little snap up. Just flick them up. Hit. Catch them. Yep. Jerry, nailed these. Keep going on those, just like you are. Zoom from the front.
Assistance, cash assistance.
Yeah. Perfect. Good job, dude. All right, John. Yep. John, that start position was gorgeous. So we got him to come back a little bit on his pulls. Look at that shoulder right over the bar. Bip.
I switched to cross-handed grip too. I was doing just double overhand, so trying to switch it around.
Well, it's working for you because I love this. Your deadlift looks fantastic.
So yesterday the workout only called for 3 sets of 1, and I wasn't paying attention, and I ended up I did an accidental PR on the last one of 365. So
I mean, that's a good day.
yeah,
That's
not so good today. Feel like I was stretched out a little yesterday, but
are we going to see you tackle 400 in the near future?
Oh yeah,
I love that.
There's a big difference between the hex bar and the straight bar. I'm trying to get up to my hex bar total.
You know, us that deadlift on a straight bar, we're better than you and we know it, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, that's why I switched so I could join the in crowd. Thanks for your coaching, because I felt like I had a little left in the tank even after that yesterday. So,
I mean, those look phenomenal, dude. That's hands down the best your deadlifts ever looked. Like that first rep was technical perfection.
Thank you. Good coach.
I do my best, but you guys meet me in the middle. So takes 2 to tango. There we go, John. A little shallow. You're right. He said in the chat. I remember he chimed in the chat. Keep those elbows high. Jonathan, your front squat's looking better than it ever has. And Jonathan's the case where I just kind of I under cue him, so I give him just a little bit of chew on, and I just kind of gotta let some people you just kind of gotta let work and let their body figure it out. Jonathan's one of those, where just reps, his body figures it out. He knows what he needs to do, and he's doing it. So, Jonathan, good job. Probably get a little lower, but you know that. So I'm not worried at all. Bruno, where are you going? Bruno, come. Yeah. Well done. So Jonathan asked in his thing, he was questioning whether he could, because that is a low pick. That is slightly a deficit when it is kind of where it's at with those handles, because it looked like they weren't raised. So his question was, should I do the fatter ones that are higher? Should I elevate the bar? I'm not sure those look like standard plates, so it shouldn't be a deficit, Jonathan. But if they are slightly smaller for whatever reason, you've got two options here. You can flip the bar, use the fatter handle, and have it tax the grip a little bit more. If you want some little extra grip training, I'm totally okay with that. Or if this is in fact low, measure from the center of the barbell down to the floor. If it's 9 inches, it's not low. So you can elevate if it is low. Yes, that was awesome. Justin's got long arms. Justin is built to deadlift. Look how high this shoulder position is. That's simply due to body proportions. I like this. Justin, switch to over under. Switch to mixed grip. You will thank me later for that in the long run. Grip will hold out much longer. Got good grip strength. You're holding on to this just fine. But when you load that bar up and you start hitting heavier reps, you'll see why. Justin, you move well. I've got nothing for you on the front squat. Keep on keeping on. I love that. Depth is there. Elbows are high. Bar path looks sound. This is a repeat, I think. Or did she just resubmit? Because she did reverse lunges last time, and you're talking about upper body position. Anyway, it's a quick cue. So she's reaching back really far, which the upper body tends to stay in line with that back foot. See how it creates a straight line here? So with that reaching back, it tends to tip you forward. So she could, a couple options here, not reach as far, stay a little bit more upright. But how she's doing them it's not bad. But it would just potentially load that front quad more. Deficit pulls. Ken, these aren't bad. These are pretty good. So we did all this to get our back in position, which is good, but we kind of lose it all down here because it's even lower. It's a deficit. Those inch or two, they make a difference. They change our position a little bit. We got to have more bend at the knee. We got to get over a little bit further. It's the nature of deficit deadlift. So the lumbar flexion here is gonna come out depending on people's mobility. So I'm not gonna harp that hard on it. But as soon as we look here, look, our leg drive's done. So now our leg drive finished a little early. Butt was behind. Now he's got to fight forward. His reps after that first one. Look, now the leg drive finished closer to the top. See, look, his legs are still driving. See that bend? Legs are still driving versus the first rep. We're locked out much sooner. There, versus there. This is a better position. So all that means is your butt kicked up slightly, leg drive finished, and then your lower back and glutes had to do all the work. Make it whatever you felt in these second reps, the latter reps after that first set, repeat that sensation because this is a much more optimal position because our legs are still are still helping us here. Overall, man, your deficit deadlifts are really good. I like them. Just some positioning, some subtle positioning.
This is me like trying to not go past depth and do the bracing breaths.
I mean, you nailed it.
I was really pissy because I had to take weight off the bar to get to the rep range. I had a salty week in that way. And I know that's just psychological, but yeah, it was one of those kind of battles this week.
I mean, you are absolutely nailing these. Dead stop, driving back, not getting out of position.
I'm trying to also not use the mirror because like the mirror is cool sometimes, but I want to be able to feel it without a mirror. So I was trying really hard not to look to my left.
That's the key, being able to feel where your body's at.
Yeah.
Got a little deeper on that one, but I think fatigue's starting to set in.
It takes me effort to not go so deep. Like I have to be really conscientious about it. And I think it's just because of the way I had to do things for such a long time. It's just a habit.
I mean, you nailed these. Do it with a little more weight next time.
Yeah. I will do.
Nice job.
Okay, this is like horribly ugly. This is a wrestling match between me and this freaking bar. This is my last set. I didn't even want to send this video in, but I was like, no, I need help.
It looked like you were like, oh yeah, I need to stand all the way up, like halfway through.
I did. I remembered you said that, but like you could just see, I cannot get comfortable here. And I'm not sure if any of these positions are right. And if not, like my legs need to be straight or bent. Am I too upright?
Yeah, definitely soft knees. It's hard, almost impossible to do these with straight legs.
Okay.
None of these were bad. Like this, look at this. This is perfect.
Okay.
Look at that rope. You got neutral spine, slight bend in the legs, glutes are activated, hamstrings are activated to support everything in our upper body. The bar path, you're rowing to that belly button. I mean, all of that is bent over row.
Okay. Maybe I'm overthinking it then.
You're 1000% overthinking it.
I have a tendency to do that.
Well done.
All right.
Per usual, you're like, these were shit, and then it turns out like they weren't in fact shit.
But this is why I need a coach though, because like when you're on an isolated journey and you're in your own head all the time, like I'm very hard on myself, you know what I mean? So like
We both.
yeah, it's like I can kind of be like, oh, that was a terrible session, like that was bad, and maybe it wasn't so much. So it's nice to have an outside voice. So thank you, always.
Yes. That's what I'm here for. The outside voice. All right, Lisa. Good. This is the re-upload. So with Lisa, her butt, if you notice there, her butt kick up. It's subtle, but it's higher than it would normally be when she's squatting from the top down. So she just needs to get into that squat position versus a good morning position, like she had on that last rep. I mean, it was a good fight. If you look how she comes down, look at that position versus how she goes up. And this is very common. Look, butt's kicking up. Look at that. That's not how she came down. So it's very common with pin squats because it's such a weird thing starting in the hole. I think this is a repeat. Yeah, I already did this one. Yep. Or wait. I think I did this one too. Yep. If Lisa's was a repeat, it was dumbbell bench and she was just a little bit past here. Everything else was fine. Michael, these are great. A little out front. Suck your knees back. Bring that bar in. Because if you look, as soon as you pick, again, subtle motion. You got it right there. The bar stayed glued to you on that one. So see how extended we are and how we're only half, 3/4 of the way up our shin. We haven't even crested our knee with our leg drive because we're forward. So what happens is our butt has to come back and then we got to finish with all gluten back versus if we get you a little bit back, this angle here is what we're looking at. If we push those knees back from here to say here, that those hips will go bit this direction, and that'll allow you to kind of pitch back slightly so we are using our leg drive more throughout the entire rep. But your deadlift is very sound. Let me double check because I did see in the comments that Lisa was submitting another bench, so I don't want to be wrong. But I think it's the same one. Yeah, I think it's the same one. You see how we're so far past pronation in the hole? This might be better. It's much more neutral here. Before, I think she was severely pronated. I don't quite remember. But for some reason, this looks better, which was the goal. So nice. This is, I'm 99% sure, is a repeat, judging by his how he unracks. Yep, I remember that one. Doing the strap method. So he's got straps around the bar. Michael, with the strap method, we still want to be here. So odds are you're going to want to get longer straps. Are they wrapped around your hand?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we want to get them out over our shoulders. So we're here like we would be in a front rack with our fingers. We want to be here because when we come here, it actually takes our delts and brings them down. So we don't get that entrapment with our delts. We get more dictation if you're trying to punch to your ears.
Okay, I see what I'm doing now.
That makes sense?
I've been wrapping them really tight so my hand is right up against the bar, which sounds like what you're saying is I should have more distance between the end of the strap and the bar so that I can pull it out. Is that right?
I do. Because mine, I have like that much of a gap between my hand and the bar. So when I do it that way, I can still get up and over.
Okay.
But you don't want to be too far away.
I've been wrapping it that tight so my hand is really like flush up against the bar because I've been having some difficulty with it sliding about.
Yeah.
But I think I think that's part of the challenge I need to work with.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play with it, but we definitely want to be here, elbows high, driving towards our ears.
Okay. Get them up here rather than like this. Okay.
Well, let's look at your actual front squat. Do you like front squats?
Of course I do. I love the suck.
Well, you're good at them. You're built to front squat, my man.
As long as I can work through the pain on my right hand, I'm good.
I love those. I don't really want to change anything other than that rack position at the moment and then see how that looks.
Okay. I'm going up about 5 pounds a week on that and about 10 pounds a week on the deadlift. We'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long that lasts.
That'll eventually come to an end. Especially depending on the rep schemes.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Unrack with both your feet. This is a good top quarter squat. He overloaded it. This is heavy. You can see it. But that's the point of a top quarter squat. We use these a lot when building a big overhead press for that leg drive. Well done. Main thing for you, Michael. Both feet underneath you, unrack, come up out of rack, then step back, 1, 2. And then we'll go from there. Oh, these plates look like individual calibrated plates. Threw me off. I'm like, holy shit, that's a fuckload of weight. And then I see it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. I mean, this looks really high. We're on, what, 4 inches? This is almost a rack pull. Yeah, we're starting at like the knee. This is almost a rack pull. So this is, I mean, it's a deadlift, but this is a variation. This isn't a true deadlift. Not to knock you down. But I was wondering why it was so hot. So this you have good positioning. You drive well. I like your start position. And it's heavy enough that he struggled. So if anything catastrophic was going to happen technique-wise, it'd show. I think we're a little far forward. But with that being said, it's also higher, so you can get away with being further forward. Mike, I want to see your deadlift off the floor. Unless it programs rack pulls, I'm going to see deadlift off the floor. Until otherwise. Mike, we got to get lower. Stay sitting back. Even if you need calorie balance, put your arms out in front of you. Sit back to those heels. Sit lower. We need to get that hip line below the knee line. Your feet are really turned out. We could probably screw them in slightly. We don't want them pointed straight ahead when it's slightly turned out. You see how you're rolling to that inner foot? We lose some input there. These are good. He's going down to where his shoulder line breaks his elbow line. Look how straight he is. These are fantastic. I've got no issue with these push-ups, Mike. Well done. Kickstand RDLs. I think this is a repeat. Could be wrong, but I'll double check. Yep. These are good. Keep driving that off hip forward. Let's see. Now she's doing it to the side. It's not too bad, actually. It's opening up slightly. You see how that left hip appears further back than the right? We need to drive that forward. That's very common with a unilateral RDL. We went over these. Remember these. Previous form. Yes. So if everybody's watching the previous form here on the left, when we come off the floor, we kind of two-piece it. His butt's going to come up a bit, and then he has to come back. Versus the new form, we elevated those hips. See how everything happens at once? So now that we have everything happening at once, we can go in and tweak these. So him coming down, now that he's got it in position, now those are RDLs. So Paul, I need you to come to a dead stop. No touch, go, down, rebrace, brace, go. So down, tension comes off, and then we input again because your first rep in the new form is deadlift. Your touch and goes, your RDL. That's RDL all day long. It's very minimal leg drive. We want leg drive. Deeper, starting to fold. So they get harder. See, this is where I was talking about with Ben. See, when you come forward, makes the squat harder. Feels like you're about to not going to go. So, Paul, I want you to break at the hips and sit, then the knees. So as we fold, it gives us a sensation of lower, but it's actually not changing our depth at all. Because if you progress this, the bar gets lower, but look, our hips from there to there and so forth, our hips aren't moving. So we need you to sit. Your legs are strong enough. We just need you to get these below these. I think this is a repeat. Ben was doing rack pulls. I have the same straps. I think I was happy with these. Yep, look at that. Rigid back. Just soft lockout. That's what I remember. Yep, we need to get that nice hard lockout. Squeeze the butt. There we go. That's better. Get those hips through. Get those shoulders. Yep, just like that one. Some of your lockouts are good. Some of your lockouts are a little soft. Squeeze the butt. Shoulders stacked over hips. You've got great positioning. That lower back strong. I love it. All right, Richard. Richard, you always want to walk backward out of a rack, so you come into the rack face first. Because if you miss,
got it.
Yeah, it's you can save it if you can see the rack. Look at that depth. Absolutely burying them. So the only thing might be two things. So you see how you kind of sit here? This is fine. This is good depth. But this kind of collapses towards the bottom. So I want you to focus on squeezing that back and driving into the bar so that chest stays proud so we don't fold.
Got it.
Otherwise,
how are my feet? I know before we were working on the back of my feet.
I can't really see.
Oh, okay, got it.
But it looks, I'm looking at this foot. I mean, that's way better. Your heels aren't coming up off the ground. You're squatting to your heels, and look at the range of motion you got out of that.
Right.
I mean, your squat it's like two different people squatting. So this is a huge leap in progress. So now we just need to get you that upper body stacked.
Okay, sounds good.
Well done.
Thank you.
So it's kind of an RDL. We could get a little bit. How wide are your feet? Are they shoulder width? Are they outside your shoulders?
Pretty much right under my hips, I want to say.
Okay. So you see how as you get deeper into the set, you get more and more rounded in that back?
Yeah.
Part of that's fatigue. Part of that is when you come down, you need to re-brace before you come down. So if you're coming down with some sort of tempo like that, at the top, I want you to, and then descend in the exact same way you came up. So you start to hinge, then your legs start to bend. It's just reverse order. I also think you're grabbing the bar really wide.
Okay.
Your arms should be right on the outside of your legs.
Okay, got it.
Come right down the side of your legs. What that'll do is it'll utilize your arm length, which means your shoulders will start at a higher point.
Oh, cool. Got it.
So ideally, what will probably happen, all right, so don't feed you with water hose. We're going to bring our arms in. we're going to brace, we're going to pull as we come down. Before we come down, we're going to brace again. The other thing, now that our shoulders are higher, we'll be able to get our butt slightly, most likely, we'll have to see, slightly lower because these have to come up, which means you'll
Okay.
come down. But that also means more leg drive
Got it.
for you. So let's bring your arms in, get those shoulders up, push that belly button to the floor, turn the tailbone to the sky, that cat-cow.
Okay.
Brace, push the ground away. Don't think about picking it up. I want you to break the bar off the floor with your legs.
Got it.
Make sense?
Yes. Thank you very much, Coach.
You're ticking right along, man. You're making great progress.
Thank you very much.
Of course. All right, Robert. Smith.
All right. I'm here. I don't know how this thing works though.
You're doing just fine. I can see, I can hear you. So Smith machine squats are a tricky beast because you're fixed. I'm okay with this. I can't really see your foot width. Do your knees collapse at all as you come up?
Collapse in?
Yeah.
No, they don't feel like they do. I think I got the next clip shows it more from the front.
All from the front. Perfect. And this is a case where I do want to see the front angle. Most time the side angle gives us the most information. Nope. Do you have an injury in this knee?
It felt like a little patella tendonitis. It's better now, but I actually did pick up a set of straps that I've been using.
That's what I use. I use patella bands.
What's that?
I use patella bands as well.
Yeah.
Couch stretches, and isometric leg extensions at the beginning of the workout. Couch stretches on your rest days as well. So basically you get on the leg extension machine, boom, kick out, hold for 10 seconds. It's not a heavy weight.
Okay.
Do that for like 10 sets of 1. You're going to get a nice healthy pump in your quad, but that will get that tendon nice and primed.
Okay.
With your squat, these are hard because you're kind of able to get away with squatting in like a Hatfield position, which is where you're so far back you're able to lean into the bar because this is in a fixed plane versus having your feet. You see how the bar's behind your feet?
Yeah.
Whereas like the actual squat, the bar ends up over the center of your foot. I'm okay with this if this is what you have to use. But know that if you get on a barbell, that squat is going to feel very foreign because it's going to be a different position.
Yeah, my other gym has the free racks, so I've been using those. It just depends on which one I can get to, and I'll try and get a video of that. I think I got a deadlift at that other gym on here. I didn't think to record a new squat, so
yeah, no stress. When you get the chance and you're at that gym, record that squat for me.
yeah, this is my other gym right here, so.
Keep that underhand arm straight. Very important. You don't want to load that bicep and tear bicep. You've got a good deadlift. I'd like to get rid of some of this lumbar flexion in the hole.
Okay.
So when you brace, I want you to pull your back in. So by pulling that, I mean
like sucking it under,
pushing our belly button to the floor.
Okay.
So we pull in tension into our lower back. So we load the erectors. We load the lower back muscles. Because this flexion, although it's mild at work, it's not bad. You've got a big back. So thoracic flexion is fine. It's, for a lot of people, more optimal because of leverages. So I'm okay with this. It's this we want to keep nice and rigid. So think tailbone to the sky. So like you can practice it in like hands on your knees, cat-cow position. Or
Right.
you can stand up, hold your hips and kind of like poke your butt out or like arch your back. It's the same thing. Most people think like I can get into like if you look at my back, right?
Yeah.
If I do this, you notice how my hip position didn't change?
Right.
A lot of people think this is creating anterior flexion. It's creating thoracic flexion. It's this. Anterior tilt, interior tilt. Anterior tilt, interior tilt. I know I look
Okay.
like ridiculous, but that's
I got it.
that's what it is. We want more anterior tilt. So that's why I mean tailbone to the sky.
All right. I appreciate it. I'll work on it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Of course. Repeat. Great job, Ryan. I mean, this is a pretty textbook close script bench. You're really close too.
Yeah, first time doing them.
You might be able to come out a little bit wider. I mean, did you feel it in your tricep?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, everything else, your bench form doesn't change. All it changes is the grip where elbows track and you're nailing it. And if your
Okay.
triceps are getting cooked, I'm not going to over cue you unnecessarily here.
Okay.
Everything looks like you got that arch in your back. You've got your legs are in position. Looks like you're squeezing your butt. You've checked off every box. I'm happy with these.
All right, I'll take it. Thanks, Coach.
Well done. I remember these because I remember her.
I'm
left
here. Thanks. Those are my pride and joy right now. I love those.
Did you not see the form check I did on Monday? The leftovers?
No, I didn't.
It's fine. Since you're here, we'll do them.
Okay.
This is all good. You get down in position. Great. Good. I want to see you accelerating the bar. So when that bar breaks off the floor at the knee, we should see a difference in speed. So you do a good job of bringing your hips through with some power. I want you to input like that bar needs input to speed up the bar. So that translates when we get to maximal effort deadlifts so we don't stagnate in the middle of the pool. So the input on a 1 rep max is acceleration, even though the bar's not going to speed up visually. So submaximal lifts like this, when they come off the floor, they got to fly. Not necessarily like a speed rep, but the speed should increase because as we ascend in a deadlift, we get into more optimal position, which means we can speed up. So when your hips come through, I want them to come through like they're snapping the bar in half.
Okay. That was what I needed to hear. I was like, what is he talking about?
I would deadlift without those shoes.
Okay. I do have because I don't want to just wear bare feet in my gym. And I do have a pair of Birkenstocks medical grade clogs with a back heel strap. Would those be appropriate to wear?
I don't even know what those look like, so I can't tell you yes or no.
They're like what doctors wear in ERs, man. It's like
every time
it's
I've been
a
in
medical
ER in the last 5 years, I haven't been conscious.
Oh, that's good. I work in healthcare, so they were shoes that I couldn't wear in healthcare anymore because they weren't work safe. But or just even just socks. Is that
socks? Yeah, socks are fine.
Okay.
Some people wear shit. I got really wide feet, so I train barefoot.
Yeah, me too.
But socks are fine if you don't want to be barefoot in that gym.
Okay.
The shoes you have on are actually good shoes. Like a lot of the guys I go to the range with, like those are popular in the military community and the outdoor community. Those are, I know what shoes those are. Those
Yeah,
are,
I live in northern BC. I'm an outdoors girl, man. In the summer, I
oh
just hike up in
yeah,
the mountains. Like, I
Stop
should
you.
flip my camera and show you where I live. Maybe another day, but yeah.
Yeah, no, those are
It's
great shoes. They're just not great for deadlifting
okay.
because it creates an unstable barrier because the shoes are designed to go miles. So
Right.
versus create stability in total tonnage environment.
Here, I want to show you guys where I live quick. You can see.
It's mad blurry.
Oh, maybe it's all blurry. I don't know how to make it not blurry. I'm terrible at this. I live in the Bulkley Valley, and I'm surrounded by 4 mountain ranges. It's amazing in northern BC.
Oh.
Don't tell anyone. There's not a lot of people here. And I just started weightlifting. Like I've only been doing this since the end of July. And I've lost like 90 pounds this year, and my degenerative back disorder my disc hasn't bulged in a year. It's amazing. I feel amazing.
So here's the thing about degenerative. You work in the healthcare industry.
I know.
So there's so many people have quote unquote degenerative disc vertebrae disorder. And all that is a really bad way of saying I use my back and it shows. So
yeah,
with someone like you who is overweight, that's constant. That's constant torque and compression.
As of today, I've actually lost 105 pounds. As of today,
like almost half of me.
I know.
Good for you.
And I can pick up my 16-year-old kid now.
You look strong.
Yeah.
It's possible, people. So for anyone that read that I Can't article, here's another person who said, fuck that.
Fuck that. That's right.
So with degenerative, I've lost 60% of my vertebrae spacing in my entire lumbar. My entire lumbar is herniated. My L5S1's torn. Degenerative just means it's either had damage or it's because they don't heal like a muscle tear. So once it starts, it either stays or gets worse. There's good and bad days with it. Degenerative is just, I hate the term for it because it makes people feel like they have a condition. No, your back just has wear and tear. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all that
and there's hope. There's hope.
Yes.
There's hope. So inconsistency and determination.
So with your front squat, your rack position.
Okay.
We're not doing that anymore.
Okay.
This is the worst way to front squat. Why? Tip over with a bar.
Because you bruise.
You want to wedge. You want to get it behind your delts.
Like this?
So but your fingers are just outside your shoulders. So what that does is when you're coming up out of the hole or when you start to fold, you're actively driving into the bar. And you only need 2 fingers. You're actively driving into the bar and think about spreading your elbows apart. It's gonna look like this. That's all you're gonna be able to do. But what that does is it engages that upper back and prevents us from doing this. So your actual squat plane, in and of itself, minus the rack position, your squat plane's fantastic. This looks well. We are like right at depth. Like top of the knee line to the hip line, you're at depth. Could you go lower? Sure. Do you need to? No. The actual squat positioning is all fantastic. I love that you're smiling in this. You're having fun. But you're going to notice a game-changing difference when you have real solid input into that bar.
Yeah, because I'm getting bruised like here and here. Like the next day, I'm like, why is that sore? And then I look and I'm like, oh, you bruised yourself because I'm like pushing
Yes.
on the bar like this, I think, right?
I mean, front squats will always suck more than any other
I have to
squat.
do them when I squat down to put on people's socks every morning. I
There you
just did
go.
it before I came here. Someone's
There you
compression
go.
stockings, and
So
I
for
love my
you,
job. And that's why I do it. I do it because I love my job, and it gives me amazing ability to provide for my 2 children. So, because I'm
there
also
you
a single
go.
mom. Yeah. Anyways, thanks, coach.
Rack position, and accelerating the bar on deadlift. Rack position on front
Perfect.
squat, accelerating the bar on deadlift. That's your homework. And deadlifting in your socks. Well done. This looks better position. Yes, much better position. You're not up front.
Yeah.
Much better. Night and day difference.
Can I ask Nick about the head position, whether it's like, because I think we're going to look a certain distance in front of you on the floor, but when I look at it, it looks like it's really tilted upwards.
I can't tell because of your mop.
Yeah. I'll tie it up next time.
Honestly,
I'm
I'm
in
looking
disguise,
at this.
you
You
can't
could be
see who I
looking
am.
down. You could be looking straight up at the ceiling. I
Yeah.
can't tell. So, but to answer the question, we want what's called neutral. So we don't want down. We don't want hyperextension. We want think chin back and neck straight. Like you just sat on a broomstick and you can't move.
Yeah.
That's the ideal. Let's look at the later end of your set real quick. So our brace is starting to get tired here. We're starting to get into flexion. So that's one thing I want you to be mindful of is your brace and setting that back. See how immediately you pulled?
Yeah, it goes kind of. Yeah.
Yep, and your hips tried to cheat forward, which created flexion. So I want you to be mindful of actively driving into that neutral spine when you break. So, and hold it like as an active cue, not a passive.
Yeah.
But this is good. We're working the kinks out. We got you. We got your bar path figured out. Now we got to work on some other stuff.
Yeah.
Well done. Oh man, that jump cut made it look like you just dropped the dumbbells on your feet.
No.
So same thing. See this right here?
Yeah.
We want that in neutral. I'm okay with lumbar or thoracic, mid back, upper back flexion. That's okay.
But not
you're in a better position. Your row range of motion is much better now. But you know those cat-cow drills always give people?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm giving them to you now.
Yeah.
I want you to get in the habit of feeling that sensation when we're in a neutral spine. So grabbing that belly button. So this flexion, hyperextension, neutral.
Yeah.
So when we're bent over, pushing that butt out, see how I'm in hyperextension? Now all I do is I take my lumbar and relax, or I'm sorry, my thoracic and relax a little bit. Now I'm neutral.
Yeah.
So I want you to get in the habit of basically we're sending a signal. So that cat-cows is sending physical signals of flexion, hyperextension, flexion, hyperextension.
Yeah.
So we feel, and then you have the mechanical recognition to input into your hips to put you into anterior tilt. Tailbone to the sky, anterior tilt, tailbone to the floor, interior tilt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Thanks, Nick.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, these are the ones.
This is last week's, so you
Yeah.
did see these, so that's fine. They
I
just didn't get
recognize the
deleted.
fit, bruv.
Yeah. Yeah, that one you saw last week as well. Brilliant.
And then the next person's in the same position. All right, Steve. Coming down from the top. Absolutely fucking nailed it. These are brilliant. Steve, well done. Great position. You've got a neutral back the whole time. Fantastic.
Thank you. I was struggling on the last couple of reps there, so wasn't
As
sure
you're
if the
supposed to.
like the I don't know the momentum.
It's okay on a barbell roll as long as we're keeping. So I'll double check them. Some body English towards the end of the set means our effort was high. That's how I see it when it comes to a barbell row. Too far. It's not bad. It's
Okay.
and the thing is, even with the body English, your support position didn't change. That's good. So if your last 2 or 3 reps, you've got to get a little oomph into them to complete the set, it means you picked a good weight.
Good stuff. So, question about the rows too. So, I've done rows before. So, I'm just now getting into these. I've done rows where I've been able to get up to like 160, but it all starts from the ground, almost like a deadlift position, row, back down. So basically, like every row starts from a deadlift. Is there a preferred method or?
So the bent over row has, I would say, a lot of variations. You've got Penley, Yates. You've got several types of rows. Within that realm, the angle there isn't necessarily a wrong answer. You can be too tall and you're not getting enough actual row. You can be too upright. But if you're doing them super bent over that 90 off the floor, like there's a strict Penley row where you're stuck in that hard 90 and it's very strict off the floor. And then there's like the Penley row that you see a lot of like big powerlifters do, where they actually use some leg drives and they move it explosively at a high weight. It's just 2 different variations of the same thing. So not really is one more optimal. Run one angle for a training block, then go to the other one for the next training block. That's a total, and see like, oh, I that's what I do. My row variations change every typically 4 to 6 weeks with how I train, because I need to be strong in multiple row planes for strongman. So do a super bent over one on your next training block and see how that feels.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Nick.
Yes, sir. Well done. I think this is an old one. I just forgot. Yep, it was. So was that one. So was that one. $280 kilo. Jordan, I saw you just got in here, big fella.
That's right. I'm here.
I love your conventional pull.
Good.
All right. Before anyone gets any ideas, how he's rolling the bar. Torin has some experience deadlifting. This is 280 kilos on the bar. That means it's heavy as fuck. You don't just step up to 280 kilos without experience. This bar, this is something you see people use to roll in tension. It takes practice. It is not something I recommend when you first start deadlifting, because it's additional movement. We don't want additional movement. But what he's doing, what it does essentially is, if you look right before he pulls, this is how he stacks his body. And that's okay. Some people do this. you see a lot of people do it in deadlift suits because they use the weight. Deadlift suits have a lot of tension. They use the weight to push them into tension. Thorne's just a big boy. And he's stacking his body in this plane by rolling the bar. But if you notice, the bar stops right before his shins. Now, in my opinion, it's a risky maneuver because if you mistime your pull, that bar could still have movement and it could put you out of position. But it's working for him. So I'm not going to change it at this moment, Thorne. But if I see it causing problems on your maximal effort type stuff, we'll probably change the roll or make it smaller.
Make the movement itself smaller, not roll it forwards and back, but just keep it still, basically.
Yes. Or
That'd be
add in a
nice.
pause before you pull.
Okay, yeah.
But really, like I said, your deadlift is really sound. So it's going to be nitpicky stuff for you, which is a good thing.
Happy days.
Look, so your shoulders directly over the bar, they're stacked. We have lumbar neutral, but we have thoracic flexion. I was just talking about how some deadlifters gain leverage with thoracic flexion, but maintain a neutral lumbar. So I'm glad you timed it when you did because I got to give an example.
Happy
So
days.
this is all really, really good. I want you to hold your lockout. See how your hips are subtly behind your shoulders?
Yeah.
I want you to think about, I'm going to say it like this. Peel the bar back with your traps. So we're not leaning back. Our hips are coming through and we're peeling it back with our traps. You see what I did there?
Yeah, I think so.
So imagine pulling the bar around your hips with your traps. So in a competition setting, this could potentially cause a red light at lockout. It's very subtle, but we want a strong, solid lockout. So from now on, I want you holding your lockout for 1,000, 2 1,000 down.
Yeah, I was going to note it down so I remember it.
Squeeze your ass cheeks as hard as you can.
Fair. Perfect.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, let's see this one. What weight is this?
I think that's 260 kilos. I don't know. Almost 280 kilos. I'm not sure about pounds.
I'm fine with kilos. I just didn't know what plates were changed or if you dropped or went up because I can't see the whole stack.
And I felt 260 was quite easy, so I just jumped on 210s. But yeah, that was quite good.
Oh yeah, that's got brilliant speed. So this is what I mean. Watch his pull when I say accelerate the bar. Look, it speeds up and then it comes to a dead stop. It slows down the last inch, which is normal. You don't want to fall over. But this is what I mean. He's got accelerative input. So everything up until maximum weight will speed up just because the nature of pulling at max effort. If you don't try to accelerate the bar, it'll stagnate. So this is good. Same thing. Your lockout at the hips is a little soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I took notes. I'm going to work on that. I think you said the same thing about my straight-legged deadlifts last week.
Yes.
So,
but you see how they correlate?
They do. Yeah. I couldn't join last week, but I watched the recording and it was really good feedback. So I just did some squats. I had pin squats this workout, but I just want to do some squats just to try your feedback as well.
So that's at depth for you. I'm okay with how deep you're squatting.
Yeah.
It's really deep. It's good. The
Happy
only
days.
thing to be conscious of when we go, because you have a little bit of a butt wink where we get into flexion in the hole.
Yeah, I
right?
didn't actually know that before I saw these videos, but it's quite. Yeah, I can see it
So
quite
your
well in the
squat
video.
can stop about an inch higher, and we avoid that flexion. So what you could do essentially is, I don't know if you can with that rack. I have like a big like cage rack type thing, and I run a band across when my depth is. I'm working on
Yeah,
depth.
they do have
So-
that one. I think.
Yeah, so you can squat in that, run a band across, and you just have to like kiss it as like a depth marker, so you know, okay, physical touch up.
Okay, yeah, happy days. Yeah, I can do that.
Your squat is pretty sound.
I really like squats, but I've had some knee issues for like over a year now, so I'm just getting back into them. And
Okay,
yeah,
what's the knee issues?
I had a meniscus tear on the right leg.
Oh, okay. What have you done rehab?
Well, I am a physio, so I just kind of tried to rehab it myself. I did really carefully. I started doing a lot of body weight stuff, calisthenics. I wear the brace now. I worked a lot of stability after it was not painful. It does swell. It did swell up until Christmas whenever I loaded a squat. So I've been really careful. But I managed. I got up to fair weight on my
How far
squat.
post injury are you?
Over a year, but
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might be worth like to have you squatted like heavy since?
No. I've tried, but it's been so like irritated. It swells a lot. My knee, or it has been. It hasn't now. I think I went up to 220 or 240 last week or this week, but that
Have
was
you
fine.
Like tempo eccentrics, like 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, up.
I haven't done that. I think that was part of something you mentioned last week to control the downwards bit more, which I just never thought about. So
Yeah, let's add some tempo, and then what that'll also do is it prevents you from going into a weight that might make you nervous or fearful of that knee. 2, that gives us time under tension with the tendon. The tendon you had surgery?
No.
Okay, so still torn.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought you had surgery.
No, I went conventional, conservative, but it is much better. I've done scans and I can see I can squat fine now. So,
what did the scan say?
It showed quite a like medial tear again last spring or last winter. But now it's basically you can see the scar tissue on it, but it's not as bad. And then yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some tempos. We're gonna start out with 5 count eccentrics.
Ooh, 5. Okay. Ooh.
Because what we're doing is we're creating time under tension, and
Yeah.
with tendons, that's a lot. That just like muscles, that's how they get stronger. Sheer load is how we tear tendons.
Yeah.
So we can, and what we'll do over, let's say, an 8-week period, we'll go 5 count eccentric for 4 weeks, and then we'll go 3 count eccentric for 4 weeks, and then we can drop to say a 2 count, which is much closer to your normal. Like when my coach programs me a 2 count eccentric, that's pretty much my natural speed anyway. I'm not a fast descender. I am build that tension, fire. And then we can drop from that 3 count to that 1 to 2 count. And that will gradually, because in that 8-week period, we will roll on load with your squat. But we get a shitload of time under tension, and it should help with some of that inflammation because it's going to reduce overall torque on the knee, but our effort's going to be really high. So we're still making the strength gain.
Happy days. So you said 4 weeks now of 5 seconds down, and then or 5 counts down.
Yes.
Then 3 counts down for 2 weeks, and 2 counts down for 2 weeks.
Yeah. What program are you on? What do your rep schemes look like?
I literally just this week started the Maximize Your Strength program.
Okay, so you don't have any like crazy 15-20 shit. I don't want you doing 5 count eccentrics for 20 reps.
No, thank God.
That'd be a nightmare.
That would be, yeah. The thing is, there's no squats in the first phase of that program. I've never done it before. There's pin squats.
That's fine because you still got to come down.
Fair. Happy day.
Cool. Sounds good, Torrin.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate the help, and
always.
Yeah, I'll try to be here next week as well.
Happy to have you.
I think the next video is probably just me doing squats again as well.
Whoops. I think I hit it twice. Yes, I did.
Yeah, just my squats again, lighter squats.
Yep, same thing. Your mechanics, you're like a machine, man. Your mechanics don't change, which I love. Because it'll,
Thank you.
Moving forward when we make corrections, once you get the correction down, it's like dress right dress.
Perfect. Well, thank you. Thank you, Nick.
Anytime, brother.
And also thank you for the chat. I see a lot of nice words, so.
We love you, big man.
Love you too, bud.
Tish, turn on some lights. I can't see shit. I'm just giving her a hard time. Ooh, look at that. I can see these front squats look fucking awesome. Started to get a little out front, but she brought it back to her heels. Great rack position. Why'd you move your feet?
Hey, Nick, what do you recommend for guys with big, tight shoulders that can't put the hands back on front squats like that?
You mean like me?
Yeah.
Mobility exercises so you can.
Yeah.
I refuse to accept, unless you have some sort of medical issue, i.e. a surgery that created some sort of impingement that you physically can't. I can't get into that position just means you can't get there yet.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a couple movements. I don't know if you have Instagram, but I put a video on the Instagram of the exact mobility exercises that I use when I need to get back into that position. And one of them simply is, it's a lot of lat exercises, a lot of lat stretches, a lot of tricep stretches, and then a lot of wrist stretches. Because a lot of the time people don't realize is that lat is actually what keeps us from getting into that position. It's not just our shoulder. It's typically our lat and our tricep. So anything, dead hangs are a great one. Just letting yourself hang there. The other one is attaching a band around your wrist and then anchoring it to a rack at about waist height, and then stepping forward and letting it pull your elbow back, keeping your elbow tucked, letting it pull your elbow back, and then down, and you'll feel it stretch from the lat into the tricep. And then another one is sitting on your, butt on your heels, sitting on the floor, turn your wrist out, and then press your heel of your palm down into the floor and sit back, and you'll feel that stretch all of this, which translates to that position. The alternative is straps, which you wrap straps, like lifting straps around the bar, you loop them around themselves, and then you crank your hands in, and then you have handles, so you can get those elbows up here. That's a simple way to supplement.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Tish, your front squats are absolutely fantastic. You've made such good progress on these. You were using some weird curl bar, and now you're, looks like in a backyard, cleaning the bar. The clean isn't bad either. Use a little work, but your actual front squat, that tempo, that control, the depth, the position is Fantastic. Well done. Thomas, what do you got for me? Beautiful. So this is what I mean by pulling in tension. Watch how he sets up that lumbar. And you can see it load. Look at that, tight, but it doesn't break. It loads, but it doesn't break. Well done.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Keep on keeping on, man. That was a pretty. Looked like you might have been a little front foot heavy. We want to keep you over that midfoot, but otherwise your deadlift looks beautiful. Oh man, I don't know which one to look at. He's got 4 and 1 here.
The right one.
The right one. Okay, I'm trying to read. There's things moving. You got my ADHD bouncing around like goddamn ping pong match.
Sorry, I got different weight plates under my heels, so
Bart, I'm just giving you a hard time. It's okay.
no problem.
Yeah, I remember the one on the left. These are solid. We are getting into that butt wink range of motion where our hips, boop, see how our hips start to deviate underneath of us?
Yeah.
Versus that's slightly high. That's depth. Hip line below knee line. And we don't get the butt wink. Now watch, the butt wink kicks in. It's not drastic with you, but it can be something we can work on if you want.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so we can, same thing you heard me earlier. We're going to add tempo and get you used to that 1/2 inch higher depth. So you're going to do like 3 count eccentric down, bit, explode. As soon as you hit depth.
Okay, which weight place should I use? The 5 kilos or the
I mean,
most
you were blitzing through depth with all of them. So I don't think it's a weight issue. I think it's just a muscle memory, a movement pattern. And it's not.
I mean the weight under my heels, because you said to elevate my heels even
Yes.
more.
So the other thing with that one on the right, you like dive bomb the squat. You like just versus this middle one on the right, your control is much better. This one you kind of dive down there and you lose that tension. So they both kind of look the same. So what felt better?
The one on the right now.
So the 5 kilo plates?
2.5. The 5
2.5?
kilo plate was.
And stick with the 2.5.
Okay, I will. And how to know if I'm at depth? You tell foreign to use a bench
You
or
can
something.
set up a box or something at around that depth that you don't sit to, but you sit down, you touch it, you come up.
Yeah, like I know what you mean. To don't sit because I lose all my brace and everything if I sit.
You just touch it, feel it, know where depth, we come up.
Okay, well, we'll do and send you. And should I use the low range, the heavy weight right now, or just follow the program?
You're moving all the weight fine that you've shown me. So just do it just implement it within your standard program.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the
Yeah. The right ones are the heaviest weight.
Good. You didn't. You went to the point before your lumbar broke. Both of these are pretty good. You notice how when you come up on the left, it gives a little bit deeper in the set bit. You input right there. That's okay. It's not bad. It's loading. It's not giving too much. This is heavier. Range of motion's a little shallower, but I'm sure you felt it in the glutes and the hamstrings.
I do.
Okay.
But I mentioned it a week earlier that with the lower weight, I could probably get a little lower without losing that brace and
Yes.
spine.
You got the right idea. Perfect.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna open it up for Q&A. Who's got questions? Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, on the rep schemes, so once we test out our reps and let's just say we're going through them and like the second set, we can't finish out like the 12 reps. We finish at 8, and have to take a break or a breath or a release of the grip. Do we continue or are we just put in there 8 reps?
Put in there 8, drop weight on the next set.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Nita, sorry. I know how to say your name. You're muted. I think you're unmuted now.
Wow. I didn't get a chance to do a video this week. I was down playing Maniac in the woods, and I'm all beat up from it, but I did do my workout this morning. I'm having a difficulty with front squats. Yeah, I'm using the dumbbells, and I was doing okay, and then I increased the weight, and it's like I'm having a terrific, horrible time trying to keep those. I'm fighting keeping them against my shoulders so much that I can't concentrate and do the squatting part. And I just probably I feel like I don't know what I need to be doing with my hands and arms.
So if you're holding the dumbbells, here's another way. Holding the dumbbells, we tip them up on top of our shoulders.
Oh, because I've been this way, and that's just miserable.
Yep.
Okay. I knew it had to be something that you could fix.
It always is, ain't it?
You've always got the answer.
That's debatable. Maybe in this where it's my job, but I can tell you when I think I have the answer and I'm wrong, boy, am I all the way wrong.
Well, that happens with all of us, but for my situation, you always have the answer.
Good.
Thank you.
Leah, go ahead.
Sorry. I had a question about hammer curls. Do we have to do them one at a time? Is there like an anti-rotational component that is at play here, or can we do them simultaneously?
I mean, I've done them simultaneously. I can't say I personally ever noticed a difference in the work or the result.
Okay.
Does the
Which is
program does the program call for unilateral?
Well, it doesn't say it specifically, just in the tutorial video, in the demonstration video, he's doing it that way. So I didn't know if that was a requirement or if it was just a preference thing, or because I don't know why I prefer to
concentrate on one. I think that's a bodybuilder thing. I like to just get stronger. So the only time where I ever notice differences in unilateral work is when we're working our lower extremity legs, single leg RDLs, lunges, things like that. Or if we're doing a piston press with overhead where we're alternating one at each time because there's the stability factor. But as far as hammer curl, no, I don't. I think that's realistically, I don't know of any reason why one would be prioritized outside of being able to singularly focus on each arm at a time.
Okay. I don't know why. I like to do them both at the same time.
Then do them both at the same time.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Sunil, I think, was next.
Hi, Coach Nick. Hope you're well. I have an issue with the deadlift, my breathing technique. How, bracing, when to hold your breath, when to breathe out. It's just really confusing me and taking a lot of energy out of me.
Okay. So I literally it hasn't been posted yet. Do you follow the Pump Club's Instagram?
I do, yes, yeah.
So the social media guy, he has the video. It's on a breathing and bracing drill.
Okay, great.
So keep an eye on our Instagram in the next couple of days because this might solve your problem.
Okay, will do. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sarah, go ahead.
Hey Nick, probably like an obvious question, but when I'm doing the workout and it says like 8 reps, and I can do like 12 or 15 of them, that means it's time to go up a weight, right? Like are the 8 reps how much you can comfortably do, or like you do it to failure, or
Yeah.
go up?
So have you read First Set Mindset?
Probably a while ago.
So basically it's like picking a weight. And yes, I understand early on in a program, like you're figuring out your weights. I always give, like me, when I write a program for someone, I always give clients like a 2-week interval to kind of get through all the movements because you're going to overshoot some, you're going to undershoot some with weight, So with that being said, try to make a target. So if there's 3 real ways to program weight efforts, weight selection. There's ascending weights, there's linear, and there's weight reduction. Typically, with the first set or last set mindset, I can't even remember what it's called. You're picking a weight where you have 1 or 2 left in the tank on the first set. So with that being said, that's going to fall under, if it's say 3 sets of 10, your last set of 10 is going to be lighter than your first set of 10.
Yeah. So
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like a ramp up set would be like, I have 3x3 and I need a 20% increase in weight between first set and top set. So my first set's going to be like a 7 out of 10. My second set's going to be like an 8 out of 10. My third set's going to be a 9 to 10 out of 10. And then you have some things that are a weight where, and it all depends on rep ranges. And it sounds complicated because I'm giving you the broad, the whole world view right now. But it's really not, because the more you do this, the more it'll just make sense. So if you have like a 3x10 and it's not telling you to go up in weight, that the first 2 sets you might be able to maintain the same weight. Third set, you're probably going to reduce. Or if your effort's really, really high on the first set, you're going to drop for the second set. And then your effort's going to be high as shit again. Then you're going to have to drop for the third set. So if you're overshooting, which is what I call being too light, and we're getting more reps than prescribed, you're overshooting. So that just means you need to up weight on that first set and try and get that first set to the point where you could have maybe done 1 more.
Okay. Yeah, and then just like maintain the weight if I could maybe do 1 more and then drop it maybe if
You don't have to maintain the weight. You can drop weight each set as long as the effort's high in that rep range.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So don't think of it as like don't look at the number. Obviously, when you're training, document what weight you move so like, oh, I'm getting stronger. I can see it on paper. But don't look at this. I always try to tell people, and it's hard not to be number focused because it's the thing that tells us we got stronger. Is look at it as an effort base. So like, oh man, I couldn't do anymore, and that was only my first set. I know I'm going to have to drop weight, but it doesn't matter how much weight you do. You can get stronger just training off of effort if you duct tape the numbers on all of your dumbbells and couldn't see it. You're like, that one's heavier than that one, that one's heavier than that one. All right, I'm going to go with this one. Reason being is I didn't pull over. I like to use this example a lot because we utilized effort for my deadlift going to the Worlds in 2023 for a back injury. I didn't pull over 250, 260 kilo in training. Not once. And then I go into contest and I smoke 330 for reps.
Nice.
So we built strength.
Yeah.
But we didn't have to do that. We used effort, not total tonnage with reduction of reps. So that's what I mean by try not to frame this as like, oh man, and the reason why I'm saying this is people get caught up in the numbers, and it's effort. Effort and time under tension is what makes mountains move in this.
Awesome. Yes, I had a PT before who would always be like, always go within like the 10, 15 reps and like do this kind of stuff. So this is like different. I'm trying to like reprogram my brain, I guess, to think about the effort.
I'll never go back to that PT.
I don't. I haven't. Yeah. I haven't talked to him for a long time, and I won't be.
All
so
good?
Thank you. That's cool. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Thank you. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
ma'am. Anyone else? Or we can end it.
Hey, Nick, one more thing from Rob.
Go ahead.
I was looking at your Instagram, and for that shoulder.
It's on the pump.
Okay. That's
yeah,
why
I don't post any my personal page isn't really a coaching platform.
I know.
Chaos platform.
A lot of guns.
It's guns, motorcycles, and some lifting. And stupid shit. So
yeah, we have a lot of stupid stuff in common.
I wouldn't go there for coaching advice because I'll just give you bad life advice. Coaching hat is off on that page.
All right, cool. Thanks.
I love how the first thing out of the Sarah's mouth, who's from England, is guns.
That's exactly what I thought too, Nick.
Listen, they're fun. And it makes, believe it or not, there's correlation to lifting because the firearm training is very neural heavy, fine motor skill. You have to be patient, minimal, subtle inputs. Like you squeeze the trigger too hard, it pulls your barrel down 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters, 100 yards away is 3 inches on the target. So like that's my meditation. Whereas my meditation is loud bangs, as funny as that sounds.
You would get along well with Northern BCers, Nick. There's a lot of guns. In fact, I think next weekend there's a gun show in my little tiny town of 6,000 people.
I mean, that's debatable because you guys are British Columbia and we don't have anything Britain associated with us anymore. So I'm saying one did
There you go.
better than the other.
And there's like world-class hunting up here. Like people come
Yes.
from all over the world to
I do
hunt
know
up
that.
here.
I do
Yeah,
know that.
it's amazing.
I think I got to get down to Eastern Europe for that in the in Europe.
You guys
Don't
call
have
them what, stags over there?
stags.
Well, that's a male deer, the stag. They have them like
Yeah,
up in northern Scotland.
We call them bucks.
Oh,
We have
bucks.
bucks and does.
Buck
Yeah.
hunting.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go stag hunting, God.
But the
Sound like
deer
you're from
beside where
London.
I live, they're so tiny. They have these Mount Jack deers, and they're like the size of dogs. They're so cute.
They have
so if
tiny
anyone,
deers like
went
that.
near, then
Nose holes. Is that the UK where the deer that have like the nose here and then like the nose holes on their forehead or something?
What?
I don't know
Nose
what
holes
you
on
mean. Yeah,
The
I'm
muntjac
just
are like the
like-
little.
they're tiny.
Yeah,
they're like
they're
the size of a
Fangs.
medium dog.
You're
Yeah.
Oh
on
no,
with the
they got the
fangs, yeah.
fangs.
Yeah, things right.
That's what it was. I knew y'all had some weird
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got with
deer.
fangs.
Our deer don't have fangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like some kind of Stranger Things thing that you're describing with like the nose.
No,
holes
it
and
might be Asia that has that deer. It exists.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Asia.
Yeah. Like little.
It's okay. You think I'm knowledgeable about strength stuff? In the group chat with the coaches, I went on a complete rant because Ketch called me a chimp. I then broke down the 4 subspecies of the chimps and the 2 different species between the common and the bonobo because I was a Steve Irwin kid.
There you go.
And I just put it like this. I'm like, look, I have nothing but love and respect for the big boss Arnold. but I will never be as devastated as Kid Me as when Steve Irwin died.
Oh yeah, that would be sad.
True that.
Yeah.
So
I
it's-
love that guy.
I know animals and lifting things. That's autism for you, I guess. You don't pick them, they pick you.
Well,
Yeah,
my
it's
thing-
true.
I said I was down in the woods being a maniac for 3 days. I was down there trying to get things ready for the turkeys. You know, we have wild turkeys.
Yeah.
And so turkey season starts in about 10 days.
You're
And
in what state
so-
again?
I said turkey season starts in about 10 days.
No, what state are you in?
Missouri.
That's right. You're mid. Yep. Yours
Yeah.
starts similar time as ours does.
Yeah, where are you?
I'm East Coast Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A lot of times up there starts before ours, but yeah, and I've got a problem. I got a coyote problem now. Turns out they've been getting turkeys.
We got them bad here too. Ours is the biggest. We kind of let them run because deer are so bad here. And
They let you have
we
guns in
little
Maryland?
cute fang deer. We've got these absolute menaces of colossal deer that if you hit them with your car, your
It'll
shit's
ruin it.
toast.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
hit,
one time.
I hit a baby moose the other day. Look at what it did to mine.
Wow.
Oh,
Lucky that's all it did.
Oh my God.
Because it was a baby. She was like just a young one. But yeah, menace. Like too big of animals.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to control the population of the deer because like if I drive up the 4-lane highway from the little town where we are, and just in about 10 or 15 miles, you can count, during the wrong time of year, 10 to 15 deer dead on just one side of the road. So that means 10 to 15 cars totaled.
Jesus. Yeah, it's bad here.
Yeah, they have a bunch of deer in like woods and parks in the UK, but they're like isolated and they have to cull them because there are no natural predators, and people get really like angry about killing animals over here, so they have
Yeah.
to like shut it off to the public, and anyone who like hunts deer in like wild areas have to have special licenses. I know you have to in the States as well, but it's like super regulated. It's crazy. People get really
In the
upset about
UK,
it.
anybody with a gun they consider like a terrorist.
I mean,
That
they
was a
have
joke.
like
That was a
respect.
joke. That was a joke.
I
If you own
mean,
a
it's
gun
not
in the
far off,
UK,
right?
you're either a farmer or you're a criminal. There's no in between.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I guess
pretty much.
pretty criminal in the UK.
There's no hipsters there that want to harvest the wild meat.
The
'Cause that's what
hipsters
we have
here live
here.
in like East London and they're all just
Even the
sitting there
city
with their soy
dwellers here,
lattes.
like the hipsters who live in Vancouver and who live in like Toronto and stuff, like they come up here to like harvest the wild game. It's wild. It's really wild. Weird cultural thing.
Well, on the hipster harvesting, on that note, does anyone have any other questions now that we went on a nice little side quest? No?
Tangent. Sorry.
All right. Well, I will see you guys next week.
Bye, Nick. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for your time.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
You
you.
see you.
Thank you, coach.
Good to see everybody.